Hello and welcome to VR Reviews. Today we'll be reviewing the Figma Attack on Titan Armin Arlert. So yes, here we are finishing up our Attack on Titan reviews with Armin, the special release of the series for whatever reason. He's of course something definitely worth having if you want to finish your little Figma Attack on Titan collection. Now let's go ahead and zoom with articulation, sculpting details, all those sorts of things. Alright, starting off with a quick size comparison. Of course, here we have our Figma figure. Here's our standard Marvel Legends 6-inch Cosmic Armor Iron Man and 3 3/4-inch Marvel Universe Wolverine. As usual, the Japanese scale is generally a bit smaller than the American 6-inch scale, so the Figma figures are much smaller than Marvel Legends, but still bigger than a 3 3/4-inch figure. And here are all of our Attack on Titan figures compared to one another, just so you can get a general range of how big they are. Now let's get everything else out of here and just look at Armin. Alright, moving on to our 360 spin. Armin is wearing the standard brown jacket with all the insignias on it, a button-up white shirt with some brown straps on it leading down to the little skirt piece, and his pants also have those straps on it. They are white, and then he's got these standard boots. All in all, the sculpt is perfectly acceptable, very accurate, and I have no complaints. Now let's go ahead and zoom in on his head sculpt. Head sculpt-wise, Armin has his longer blondish hair, all of that sculpted really nicely, and he comes with 3 face sculpts. He's got his standard sort of smiling expression, his screaming combat or speech-giving expression, and then he has his terrified sort of face. All those are painted really nicely, and I have no complaints there. Now let's go ahead and zoom out and look at some articulation. Articulation-wise, you got pretty standard Figma articulation here. Head's on a disc, goes up and down, side to side. Joint the neck as well, so that moves around. Shoulders move up and down, in and out, rotate around. Elbows, disc hinges, rotation, hinge and rotation in the wrist as well. Ball peg in the upper chest area, ball peg in the waist. Hips go forward and back, in and out, rotate around on the joint. Disc knees, disc ankles, which also pivot a little bit. And you've also got your toe joint. So you should be able to get them into pretty much any pose you really need to. Let's go ahead and take a look at some accessories. First off, you get all your extra hands. You get 2 fist hands, 2 holding hands, 2 sort of open palm hands, 2 more relaxed open sort of palm hands, and then you get your 2 sword holding hands. And in terms of proper accessories, first of all, you get your movement gear, which does peg into the figure's hips, and it can be maneuvered around as you may desire to keep it out of the way. You get your pair of pairing swords. The blade can be removed from the handle if you so desire. You get some effect pieces that attach to the movement gear, 1 for the back and 2 for the 2 cable shooting bits. You get some firing cables to shoot out of those. You get these sort of strings with little hooks on them that you could use to suspend the figure from something, although I'm not sure how much I would actually trust doing that, but theoretically it could be done. And you get your cape, which you can peg into the back of the figure. And lastly, of course, you get your 3-jointed Figma stand, which you can peg into the figure's back and help with keeping them upright. So yeah, all those things should greatly increase your ability to pose your figures as you so desire. Now that wraps it up for all of our accessories, so let's move on to the packaging. Packaging-wise, you get your standard Figma box. This one is yellow. You got your window for displaying the figure there. Figma EX17, meaning that this is an exclusive figure. Funimation, Attack on Titan logos there, Armin Arlert, and on the back you get some poses for the figures as well as some Japanese stuff that I cannot read. As always, these are good for in or out of package display. So yeah, Armin. Alright, that wraps it up for Armin. So until next time, goodbye! Thanks for watching one of my videos. If you enjoyed it, feel free to like the video or subscribe if you would like to see my future content. If not, run away. Run away and never return. Also, feel free to support me on Patreon at patreon.com/vrreviews, follow me on Twitter at venomraptor09, or follow me on Instagram at instagram.com/vrreviews. Thank you, and goodbye.